It's going to be one of the biggest flops, if not the biggest flop of the year. We told you so. They doing Millie Alcock so bad. They comparing her to the little boy from Mad Max. Where Neurotic be doing the thumbnails and got her looking like the little boy from Mad Max. Little boy from Mad Max. This is who they got her looking like, y'all. Him. The little boy. This is what they got him looking. This is what they got her looking like, dog. Matter of fact, let me see if they got it. This is how they doing her, dog. Look how they doing her. The new Supergirl looks like that feral kid from Mad Max. That's how they doing her. That's how they doing her. That's how they're doing her, dog. They got her looking like. Look how they doing her, y'all. I can't make this shit up. Matter of fact, let me show y'all Neurotic. Let me show y'all Neurotic. His thumbnails are nasty work. Once again, you're not gonna outro these white boys. That's all they got. They got time. Look at these thumbnails, dog. Look look at these thumbnails. Look at these Millie Alcock thumbnails. Look how you got her looking, dog. Oh my god. Anything else? Where's the lives at? Oh, this is the black dude they let on to prove that he's not wholly racist. But you got people complaining about how he's doing her in the thumbnails. That it's that bad for her. People are suspecting that she's drunk during the press tour. Like, this is gonna probably kill her career, if not severely hamper it. You know what I'm saying? Like, she if she doesn't book something really soon after this role, now she is shooting her scenes for Man of Tomorrow, but this James Gunn thing is going to just ruin a lot of careers, man. Listen, this is not good. This might end up damn near killing her damn career. But let's get to the Variety. So Variety, once again, one of the big dogs. You got Variety, Hollywood Reporter, and Deadline, three of the major trades in Hollywood. You know, this is the same Variety that told y'all that Sinners was going to flop. And the black folks said, no, it's not. And then black folk got off their asses and went to go see this movie. Okay? Uh-oh, Dooley. Man, what's happening? Thank you for the 5. Sly, ever since you laughed at us Star Wars fans, DC ain't been right ever since. We all cooked. Hey, wait. wait. Here was my position on the whole DC thing. Once they got rid of Cavill, my whole position was, okay, then burn everything to the ground. Everything after that. The Flash movie, Blue Beetle, Aquaman 2, everything after that should have been burnt to the ground. Even Homeboy's Batman, Matt Reeves' Batman should have been burned to the ground. If you're going to do a proper DC boycott, you boycott everything. You don't complain and then go see Matt Reeves' Batman where it makes $700 million. And it's like, oh, well, I guess you don't hate everything DC. No. That's not a proper boycott. But I feel vindicated. A lot of us feel vindicated. We told people like James Gunn was not the guy. That Superman movie was trash. Right? Someone asked me, am I going to listen? The only way I'm going to go see this, you got to pay me to go see this bullshit. That's the only way. I would never spend my hard-earned money. I think a lot of people got fooled by James Gunn during the Infinity War saga with his 3 Guardians of the Galaxy movies. Listen, I go back to Slither. He can make good creature, horror films. He was an executive producer of Brightburn. Like, that's his lane. The first 2 Guardians movies were decent, right? But he is not the guy to take over DC. And a lot of us feel vindicated, man. We told you motherfuckers so. This shit was going to burn. You know? And the ghost of Snyder is haunting the hell out of James Gunn right now. Right? They just re-released Justice League, Zack Snyder's Justice League overseas and Netflix. It's been top 10 in 21 different countries. Like, people want the Snyderverse. They want him to finish telling his story. Anywho, let's go to the scathing review This movie's looking like maybe $40 million this weekend. Man, he never had it, dog. He never had it. I listen, you got to pay me to see this. I'm not spending my hard-earned money for this. Variety killed this movie. Lord have mercy. The movie was trying to be so many things at once that your appreciation for how close it comes to echoing the vibe and style of comic books might have scrapped up against your feeling that it was all a bit busy. That said, there was one thing about Superman that perhaps the whole world could agree on in 12-minute long argument between Clark and Lois, mostly a good scene. The one where no, not even. Not even. Because ain't nobody running around here calling that shit punk rock. Anywho, in light of that, okay, here's the key thing to know about Supergirl's second outing from James Gunn's DC Studios. The entire movie thinks it's punk rock. Crypto gets seen Crypto peeing on the newspaper headline about Superman saving a small town. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, we get introduced as Kara, who rather being the spunky Supergirl of legend, saving earthly lives in a primary colored spandex suit, is an interplanetary drunk in a blondie t-shirt, bopping from one arid dystopia to the next, seeking out junk heap bars on junk heap planets, getting into fights set to razory anthems by Wet Leg and Halsey. The villain Krim of the Yellow Hills is an overly derivative Mad Max reject, played by Belgian actor Matthias Schoenaerts, with a shaved head and scraggly ponytail and rows of silver pellets piercing his face in an accent that might be from Transylvania. Think Lord Humongous meets Pinhead meets Adam Sandler. We're told that Karen, a human trafficker who leads a group of space pirates known as the Brigands, possesses the strength of 10,000 men, but we'd be happier if he had the magnetism of just interest in one. Okay. Australian actress Millie Alcock is 26, but as Kara, she has the look and aura of someone younger with a touch of wild child 70s androgyny. She's like Kirsty McNichol crossed with the feral kid from the Road Warrior. Yeah. In oversized Penny Lane glasses, Alcock is likable enough underneath it all. She often seems like little orphan Annie with desert wastrel hair, but the character is written as so one note that it's hard to have much investment in what she's up to. Listen, Anna Nogueira will never get a writing gig ever again on this level. Anna Nogueira career, whatever it was about to be, is about to be over. Okay? Let's see here. As Kara plays hooky from her life on Earth, just because we've seen Krim commit a pair of brutish actions that set off what passes for the plot of Supergirl, the beloved terrier Crypto gets shot with a poison dart that will kill him in 72 hours. That's how long Kara has to retrieve the antidote. And then there's another matter of Ruthie Knoll. These names, are they trying to make the Star Wars prequel monikers look elegant, who watches Krim slaughter her entire family, starting with her father, who's an artisan of weapons. She's able to salvage one of his swords, an artifact that feels very sub-Lord of the Rings. Now she has one agenda: to get her revenge by killing Krim. We know that because Eva Ridley as Ruthie never stops declaiming this goal or deviating from her tone of stoic petulance. Kill Krim, save the dog. Those are the motivations driving the entire not even interesting enough to be convoluted plot of Supergirl. Maybe that's why this movie is full of action yet numbingly flat. Kara has a backstory which turns out to be an overinflated CGI bummer. Superman's version of My Home turned into the apocalypse was at least short and sweet. His planet was getting ready to be blown up, so his father Jor-El stole him as an infant in a spaceship and landed on Earth, all very clean and mythological. But Kara, who is Superman's cousin, she's the daughter of Jor-El's brother Zor-El, was born 8 years after Krypton began to implode. The punk rock dystopia surrounded by her from the outset, so by the time she's packed into a spaceship, she's losing the family she loves, all of which could have made her a comic book heroine with a haunted underside if the movie had a haunted underside. Gunn got asked a lot about how he was going to avoid that. The key thing he said, this is going to haunt him forever. We're not going into production on any movie until the script we have is rock solid. This is going to be the end of James Gunn's career as a major Hollywood director. This is the end. At least he'll never be an executive, that's for sure. At this point, does he go back to Marvel? Because that's his only choice at this point. For that was the overriding problem with the superhero overkill era. The films had lousy scripts, which were used as grids on which to layer the visual effects. Gunn was right to want to take the comic book genre back to well-structured screenwriting basis. So what he has done in the second DC outing, he's given us a comic book movie with the worst script I can remember. It's by Anna Nogueira. She's done. I never bought the idea that movies were ruined by Jaws and Star Wars, but watching Supergirl, you might well think that they were ruined by Mos Eisley Katina scene of Star Wars, because that seems to be the movie's dominant influence. One set piece after another features rubbery creatures with heads like melting anvils and tentacles coming out of strange places, as if this, after 50 years, was still charming and awesome. Actually, the cantina scene was corny even back then, and the creatures like these now make you feel trapped in a Muppet movie. Supergirl plods along, poised between sodden spectacle and snark. Jason Momoa shows up as Lobo, a stogie-sucking bounty hunter biker who's groomed like a lost member of Kiss, and he gives the film a jolt of untidy energy. David Cornsweet pops up for a few scenes as Superman, and that's not enough to make you wish that it wouldn't take the whole damn movie for Kara to accept her Supergirl identity. He sees the good in everyone, she says of her super cousin, and I see the truth. Dark. I was shocked to see the director Craig Gillespie, who made the arresting I, Tanya, and the fabulous Cruella, could churn out a piece of product this generic in its action and attitudinizing. Okay, this was not Craig Gillespie's movie. He was clearly taking notes from James Gunn. So it's not his fault entirely. He had no choice. Okay? So cut him some slack. Okay? James Gunn is a notorious maniac. He has a huge ego. Anywho, maybe Gillespie, who's Australian, convinced himself that the Mad Max light trappings of Supergirl make it a subversion of the genre. It's also desperate to be punk rock, but Supergirl is a punk rock. This movie is dead in the water, y'all. This movie is dead in the water. It's already projected to lose to Toy Story's second weekend. That's how bad it is. The best thing that they could do is Batgirl, Man of Tomorrow. So let's go here. So projections, Supergirl projections. Rotten Tomatoes is looking at. Oh wait, let's go Rotten Tomatoes. It was at 59 at one point. It was at 59. It's at 56%. Yes. Restore the Snyderverse. Yes. 56% on the Rotten Tomatoes, y'all. 56%. 56%. Okay? Once again, I will give Craig Gillespie some grace. It's not his fault entirely. He's taking notes from James Gunn. Where's my cat? She's still knocked out. Okay, cool. All right. Projections. Movie tracking. I think it's not going to hit $40 million. I don't even think it's going to hit $40 million. Where's it at right now? Whew. It's looking at between $40 to $50 million. That's being generous. So they're already saying it will not beat Toy Story for the number one spot. So Toy Story will beat Supergirl in its second weekend between $80 to $96 million. So this is going to severely hurt Millie Alcock's career. Anna Nogueira will not get a job again on this magnitude. James Gunn should forever be relegated to just offshoot obscure characters. He'll never be an executive again. And if you're one of those gun-tards that still have hope for Man of Tomorrow, God bless you. But it's over. It's over. DCU is dead. It's dead. Matter of fact, let's go take a look at some of these shills. Let's go look at some of these crash outs, y'all. Angry Joe, epic crash out. He's been getting all types of unwanted attention, but he's been one of the loudest supporters. Mind you, this man gave you one of the most epic rants for Henry Cavill ever. For him to turn around to shill for Supergirl is disgusting work. Disgusting work. Where is it at? Supergirl. Disgusting work. And now they're like, yo, his views ain't climbing. He's losing views. I mean, they're on his neck. Let's do this. Angry Joe. There we go. He already knows what I want. On his neck. On his neck.
That's my fucking Superman. The studios must not like money.
Now, mind you, this was a classic rant on when they fired Henry Cavill. I was rocking with Angry Joe. Like, I was like, yeah, you tell him, brother.
Why do you not want my money?
Why do you not want my money? I felt this.
Jeez, what a little crybaby.
Okay, I felt that. Now we've been reduced to him caping for Supergirl. This is his trailer reaction.
Channeling Kara vibes with the jacket. So here we go. We did a 23-minute breakdown, which you guys made fun of, for a 30-second trailer.
30 seconds.
I dragged the boys along. I said, yeah, come with me.
We're not hostages. We totally wanted to.
Okay, let's go to Twitter. Let's do Twitter. Yeah, this is the Hollywood segment. Don't worry. Don't worry. Let's go to Twitter. It's bad. It's that bad. It really is that bad. Supergirl reactions. It's really that bad. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. All the gun glazers. Yeah, get your ass up out of here. Get the fuck up out of here. Grace, listen, you know it's bad when Grace is like, it's too much feminism. You know it's bad when Grace Randolph, a whole progressive liberal, says it's too much feminism. Why do y'all give Grace this much power is beyond me? But you know it's bad when even she says it's too much feminism in this movie, okay? Jeremy Johns, here's his take.
James Gunn didn't know that Supergirl was going to be the next movie after Superman, but it was, quote, an incredible script. Really? This was an incredible script? Dog with a dart, that same forgettable bad guy killed a family in which the surviving girl of that family is on a revenge quest to kill that super forgettable villain. The two of them are looking for the same person, this one for revenge, this one to get the antidote for her poisoned dog. They team up, they're on the adventure. That's the long story short. All right, out the gate, this movie does play up an angle that is... It's kind of a trope at this point. Put the cute dog in danger, and now the audience is a...
Yeah, okay, skip it.
Frustratingly, they don't stick the landing on it, but it's in here. As the conversation of Superman being basically comic book Jesus has been around for as long as I can remember, the story of the prodigal son here, or daughter, strictly speaking, cousin, the prodigal out there running away, wasting their life.
Okay. He didn't like it. In so many words. Let's see here. Film Threat founder and longtime critic caught a Supergirl screening and did not hold back. He said, I leaned over to my friend during our screening of Supergirl and whispered, this is terrible. In the video reaction posted to YouTube, Gore and Alan Ain called the film a major disappointment. That was profoundly awful. I didn't think a movie could be this bad. They knocked the cinematography as dark and muddy. So there's no heroism in this movie. Gore also flagged a story beat he found hard to believe, without spoilers, that the film doubles down on the idea that Superman was sent to Earth to conquer it. Matter of fact, let me find what they actually said. Look at it. Summer sucks. Supergirl's come. Oh, wow. Hold up. Let me open another Twitter thread. Oh, we're going to be here for a while. Don't get mad. Okay. Pay attention how bad.
We're here with our out of the theater reaction for Supergirl. We just saw it. Alan, give me your thoughts.
Wow, that was profoundly awful. I didn't think the movie could be this bad. And it was Millie Alcock, miscast, 100% miscast. Supergirl. What do you think?
Unfortunately, I do think she's miscast. You've seen every action scene. You've seen the dark look. They needed a fill light. Do you know what a fill light is? A fill light is what I have on me now, which is a light that fills my face. You can see me. The entire movie is dark, muddy. It's people are comparing it to Mad Max, Fury Road. It is in the sense that there are child brides that are stolen by people, and the villains are boring and cliche, and
I could have written the script, and that shows you how bad.
that's how bad it is.
I know. If
Alan
I could
could
write
have written
it,
the script.
if I could write it, it's bad.
I feel like it was just not well conceived, not well thought out.
It's but someone who's never written a superhero movie in their life.
And where are the heroic ideals? Completely missing. There's no heroism in this movie. And a dark, depressing Kara. And not only that, without getting into spoilers, they double down on the fact that Kal-El was sent to Earth to conquer Earth. They doubled down on it in a way that I couldn't believe. I'm exhausted from trying to sit through this.
I was so bored. Midway through, I'm like, this needs to end, and needs to end now. I just want to go home. I want to go home. I just canceled my tickets for this week.
Wow.
Yeah, so we'll get into it more on Wednesday, but what a profound disappointment. And
Why is everybody shocked? It's James Gunn. I'm not understanding. Everyone's like, oh my God, did you not watch Superman? Y'all thought he was gonna just knock it out of the park with this. Nobody asked for Supergirl. I think the Wonder Woman thing is an issue. No, you're not gonna find anybody that's gonna come close. Listen, what Patty Jenkins did under Zack with the first Wonder Woman is peak. You're gonna have a hard time finding anybody that embodies a modern Wonder Woman better than Gal Gadot. She was perfectly cast. That's her role. That is her role. So I think it would have been even worse, because now remember, Anna is supposed to write the Wonder Woman movie. Well, that's not gonna happen now. They definitely bought out her contract. She definitely ain't gonna. You're not gonna be writing this movie, sis. You're out of here. So I'm loving it. But everyone's like, oh, it's so bad. Did you really think it was going to be any different? Like, y'all put way too much faith in James Gunn. I think y'all still drinking the Guardians of the Galaxy juice. Like, no, they were decent movies then, but they weren't like, oh my God, did you see the Guardians of the Galaxy? No, it wasn't that good. Sorry. I don't feel bad for none of these people. Like, good. Matter of fact, let me see something. Look at Jody. Look at Jody. James Gunn just quit, bro. By the way, F. Snyder too. Now, what Zack Snyder do to you, bro? What Zack Snyder do to you, bro?
I'm a DC fan, bro. I love the way you take them, bro.
Whatever, bro.
I'm okay with you taking
I'm a DC fan, bro. Fuck that.
I know you're a DC fan, but you know, one would say Keon's more of a DC fan than you, bro. He wants James Gunn to stay.
That's hell no.
If you want the head of the,
send his ass back to Marvel.
I don't know, bro. I'm not really knowing, but I do know one thing. Reganon dropped $20. History, not mine, not Jody's, not BG4's, but this is your Crunchyroll history that they say they are. Even when they put thongs on in public and twerk, they're really still sensitive on the inside. They're lying about.
It wasn't the same guy that would even put my name in the damn thumbnail title during our little back and forth. Like, he was pro gun, and I remember telling him this ain't gonna work out the way you think. Oh my God! Now he's anti-gun. Now he's anti-gun. Okay, now he's anti-gun. Okay, now he's anti-gun. Okay. Yeah, and Millie Alcock has completely turned me off on her. Jeez, I mean, I don't know. She's completely turned me off to her as a person. So now, you know, people are pretty much attacking her as a person, because she done said too much. Let's go here.
Eat a bite. I wasn't eating a pizza.
Stop. Nope. They're just roasting her at this point.
It wasn't, but in honor of Pride Month, as I'm getting all these questions, I don't know. I think that what makes this film so beautiful is that it's not centered around a man. It's not centered around love at all, if anything. But we'll see. I don't know. Should probably go both ways.
Man, for career, look what they doing to her.
Ugh, me hear of Supergirl. She's strong like mammoth, fly like bird. Supergirl save people, me like. She hero. Ugh, me want meat.
Cooking this girl. And you know what? It's hard for me to feel bad. How do we go from this to this? Remember her House of Dragons? Little Rhaenyra? Everybody was like, oh my God, she's awesome. We want to see more of her. She's great. Remember this? How do we get here? What happened? How do we go from this to this? What happened? Sis, her needs to be studied. Needs to be studied.
There's been a lot of discussion online about Kara's queerness in the comics. Was that something that you explored when you were preparing for the role?
It wasn't, but in honor of Pride Month, as I'm getting all these questions.
Oh my God.
I don't
Disgusting.
know. I think that what makes this film so beautiful is that it's not centered around a man. It's not centered around love at all. If anything. Yeah. But we'll see. I don't really know, but I don't know. I don't know.
It's great.
She'd probably go both ways.
There's been a lot of discussion.
She's getting cooked. And you know what? She deserves it. She deserves to get cooked. She deserves to get cooked.
You heard from the fans, specifically from the LGBT community, about how they've been able to relate to your character.
I've just had a few people ask me about her and about her because it's Pride Month and all that, and I think that she's a really great representation of what a modern woman can be. She can be strong, she can be tough, she can be messy, and I love how this film doesn't center around any sort of love, you know? It doesn't center around romance or anything like that at all, and she has such resilience that I think that community is a community that is so resilient, and they can really relate to that in that, and I'm really honored that they can connect with her.
You heard from the fans.
Career cooked. If she doesn't secure something very soon, I don't know. I don't know, man. This might be it for her. This might be it for her. Yeah, this might be it for her. I don't know. I don't know. They on her neck. This is what they saying she looks like, man. It's hard for me to feel bad for her. Okay. Oh, let me let my cat out.